A car speeding down a highway consumes fuel, releases exhaust, and changes position at high speeds. It performs actions that look remarkably like eating, excreting, and moving, yet the car is inanimate. Biologists identify 7 specific autonomous processes that collectively define a living organism. While a car only moves when a driver presses the gas, animals exhibit locomotion, an internally driven change of position fueled by their own biology. Plants also move autonomously, though they rarely leave their location. They rely on slow growth patterns to orient their leaves and stems toward the light. This internal drive separates the mechanical reactions of a machine from the active, self-directed existence of an organism. Living things also maintain a constant dialogue with their environment. They detect and react to shifts in their surroundings through a process called sensitivity. A human reflexively pulls a hand away from a hot surface, just as the leaves of the touch-me-not plant fold inward the moment they are brushed. Beyond reacting to the world, organisms physically expand through growth, a permanent, irreversible increase in size and mass. This development is often misunderstood. A buried bean seed, for instance, does not require sunlight to begin its journey. It relies on stored food and only needs water, air, and the correct temperature to push its first shoot through the soil. These visible traits, moving, reacting, and growing, are the outward signs of a much deeper, microscopic power source. To sustain growth and movement, an organism must first acquire raw materials through nutrition. Organisms obtain this fuel in 2 ways. Autotrophs, like plants, manufacture their own food using environmental energy. Heterotrophs, including animals, consume other organisms to survive. Once fuel is acquired, the organism performs respiration, a cellular chemical reaction converting food into a usable energy supply. Respiration occurs continuously in every cell of both plants and animals. It is a metabolic process distinct from the physical act of breathing, functioning as the primary power source for all biological work. If nutrition is the delivery of fuel, respiration is the engine that converts it into action, a system far more intricate than any combustion engine. This energy production comes with a chemical cost. Breaking down nutrients, particularly proteins, creates toxic nitrogenous byproducts inside the organism. To prevent these wastes from poisoning their own tissues, living things perform excretion, the active removal of harmful metabolic byproducts. Different environments dictate different solutions. Fish diffuse toxic ammonia into water, using currents for instant dilution. Land mammals convert waste into urea, storing it briefly to conserve precious water. Birds process waste into solid uric acid, eliminating water weight, an essential requirement for flight. Excretion proves that life is a delicate balancing act, constantly adjusting internal chemistry to survive the unique pressures of the outside world. While these 6 processes sustain the individual, one final process ensures the survival of the species: reproduction. Life continues by passing genetic material to a new generation, whether through single-parent asexual division or the fusion of gametes to create a zygote, the starting point of a new individual. In many species, that new individual must undergo metamorphosis, a radical structural transformation, before it can mature and reproduce itself. The frog's life cycle demonstrates this dramatic shift. It begins as a cluster of jelly-like eggs that hatch into aquatic tadpoles, organisms that rely on gills and tails to live entirely underwater. As it matures, the tadpole grows legs, absorbs its tail, and develops lungs to breathe air. It emerges as an adult frog, ready to begin the cycle again on land. From a microscopic embryo to a fully grown adult, every organism must execute these 7 functions to be considered alive. Understanding these interconnected processes is the foundation of biology. They define the essence of life